Hello, everybody, and welcome to my post about the acquisition of pragmatic prosody by Catalan preschool and school-age children. So let's start with pragmatic prosody. We know that prosody is never produced in isolation of pragmatic situation, and that prosodic features are central in the expression of pragmatic meaning. However, previous developmental research on prosody has primarily investigated receptive prosodic skills on very first developmental stages. We know much less about more advanced uses of prosody at later developmental stages. The existing research has assessed a limited set of pragmatic functions, and these studies primarily tap a very specific prosodic skills rather than giving us a broad picture of pragmatic prosody abilities of children of certain age. Moreover, the tools designed to assess prosody globally mainly focus on clinical populations, and that's why they're not suitable for this kind of task. So, given all this, our aim in this study is to comprehensively analyze and compare prosody and its pragmatic functions in 3 different stages of development, ages 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7H. In order to do so, we assessed 167 children, all Catalan speaking, from 4 public schools in the province of Barcelona. And here you have the detailed information about each age range. To elicit prosodic productions in children, we used a recently developed audiovisual pragmatic test designed by our research group, in which children are presented with everyday social situations and they asked to freely utter a response. So we use discourse completion task methodology, and the test showed excellent psychometric properties. Within this test, we test 6 different types of speech acts. We have unbiased assertions, so simple statements, yes or no. We have biased assertions. These types of assertions have a pragmatic bias. For example, they have marked information structure to express information focus. I didn't mean this, I meant that, for example. Then we have unbiased requests. For example, information seeking questions. I also take a music class. As an example, we have biased requests. The requests that, again, have a pragmatic bias. For example, they express epistemic meanings and incredulity questions. An incredulity question, for example, what do you mean I won a competition? Is an example. And then we have basic and complex expressive, which correspond to basic or complex social acts. So basic would be thank you, hello, excuse me, and complex would be to express concern, congratulate, to express condolences. So here you have our results. And this graph, 3 rows correspond to 3 different age ranges, and each column is a type of a speech act. The order here follows the order of acquisition, we can say, because here the first one, unbiased assertions, is the highest rate of prosodically fallacious responses, and the last one, biased request, is the type speech act for which we received the lowest rate of prosodically fallacious responses. So you can read this graph horizontally to assess what happens within a specific age range, or you can read it vertically if you want, for example, to see what happens with basic expressives in different developmental stages. The youngest group here, we can see that they start to express all kind of speech acts. However, children do much better with simple uses of prosody here, unbiased assertions, basic expressives, and unbiased requests. And the number of prosodically fallacious responses for more advanced uses of prosody, the last 3 columns, biased assertions, complex expressives, and biased requests, is much lower. And this difference between unbiased versus biased and basic versus complex was shown to be significant. Jumping to the next developmental stage, 5 to 6, we can see that this group performs significantly better than the younger, and that the number of prosodically fallacious responses increases for all types of speech acts. However, children still do much better on unbiased and basic acts, speech acts, than on biased and complex. This difference is still significant. And finally, the last age group, here we see that, again, they perform significantly better than the previous group, and the prosodic performance is approaching singing level for almost all speech acts, and the difference between unbiased versus biased and basic versus complex is not significant anymore. So overall, pragmatic prosody abilities undergo considerable developmental changes throughout childhood, And we found different patterns of change for basic and more advanced users of prosody. So as for basic users, they significantly improve between ages 3 and 6. And then, having mastered these productions, children show, as we can see here, high and stable performance on later ages. So later on, between ages 6 to 8, they advance slowly or reach a plateau. For more advanced users of prosody, they continuously improve from ages 3 to 8. And in ages 3 to 6, there was a significant difference in the ability to express unbiased and biased meanings. Summing up, at ages 3-4, there is still a lot of room for development. At ages 6-5, children mostly develop main uses of prosody. And at ages 7-8, children refine bias in more complex, expressive, pragmatic meanings expressed through prosody. And as a final word, the APT, the tool that we used, is a powerful tool to assess prosodic productions from the pragmatic point of view in order to track the developmental prosodic profiles, which hasn't been done before in the research. So that's all. Thank you very much for visiting my poster. You take a picture to download the poster, and all comments and suggestions are very welcome. Thank you very much.